you guys, welcome back to day 2 of the Launch Your Six-Figure Cleaning Business Challenge. I'm super excited that you guys have came back and we are on to day 2. Just to do a little recap, right? Yesterday we talked about how I was able to launch this business with no experience, did some cleaning, but didn't grow it with cleaning. But that you can launch this business without having any experience and not touching a mop to be able to grow from 0 to 6 figures in less than a year, right? We talked about the growth mindset and what it's going to really take to be able to push the foot to the pedal, right? In this type of business, in this industry. We talked about the growth and what it's going to look like in the future, and that this industry and this business is multi-billion-dollar industry that grows 20% every single year, is not going anywhere, but in fact is going to be increasing, right? We talked about who our target audience is, right? We found some key points that discussed and showcase that 2-income household families is an increase of 80% in the next year that we will see in this business, right? So today we're going to be talking about identifying that market, right, where we want to actually plant our business. Because like I shared on yesterday, that you don't have to live in the same area that you host, that you own your company in. This is a remote business, and you could legally work and live in 2 different places. One of my business mentors later that I met throughout this industry, he lives in Japan and his business is located in California. Okay. My second location that I opened up was in Arizona. Was located, I'm trying to think. My second location was open in Arizona. I did not go in Arizona. I opened it actually during the pandemic, which has made it even really more easier because everything was able to be done online. I did all the filing, all the opening, the bank account, everything was done with me still living in Texas. And I opened up a very successful second location. Boom, off the bat. My third location was in Charlotte. I have another location that I'm opening in Virginia Beach. Look, you guys, I'm still here in Texas. Okay, I have not stepped foot in those areas to run or operate or meet the clients or meet or interview cleaners. So it is 100% capable of growing this industry, you guys. So I'm just excited about it. I am just excited about it. So we're going to be talking about planting your company in the right place to profit the most. Okay, I'm going to show you how to grow your cleaning business. Y'all, don't mind the typo. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. Okay, we're going to be talking about how to put it in the right market. Okay. So identifying that right target audience, right? We talked about the research and analyzing our competitors and understanding that the right target and market and positioning, right? We are able to identify gaps and understand segments in the market that we can target with our cleaning business, right? So we found that by doing that research and finding out that we're going to see an 80% increase in the industry with 2-income household families, okay? Now, how I like to find my area. So you guys are going to see some examples about here in local areas that I cover in Dallas. Okay, look, I am such a firm believer that there's enough room for us on the top. Okay, I don't believe in being stingy. I believe in sharing all the tools and assets and everything that has been able to help contribute my growth that it can do for you, right? And whenever you guys are doing research and trying to determine where you're going to plant your company, don't get intimidated if you see a lot of cleaning companies. To me, that's an indicator that this is the right market. This is the right place to plant it because these are my people. It's like my customers live in this area. So I don't get intimidated by having to help somebody that lives in the same area. So yes, I'm gonna post the cities. Like I love Frisco, Texas is an awesome market for me, and it's continually growing. Okay, just to give you guys a couple of hits. The Dallas Star was just put there a couple of years ago. They're about to put a Universal Studios out there in Frisco. They just opened up the PGA Resort in Look, your girl does her research, okay? It is important to know where you're putting your company. So one of the areas to where I determine or how I determine where I'm putting my company is I look at the household income. And what I'm trying to make sure is that when things get a little tight, we're not the first one they're cutting, okay? The mom and wife are like, look here, look, I don't care what you cut. You are not counseling the house cleaner. That's the level of energy I need for my clients to be at. So I look at the household income, okay? And I like it to be like no less than 130 for household income. Okay, so Frisco area is a high, suburban area. I like to do suburbs. I've tested a lot of different areas, you guys. I've tested and done niche specific kind of businesses where, like, once we did post-construction only, once we did move out only. And we did this, like, I tried to do this like an uptown, like I'm thinking, oh yeah, young kids, they move out all the time, right? And that test was actually during the pandemic, because of course, we had the lockdown, we couldn't go into people's homes. So how can I continue I had to get real creative. So I opened up that separate company, because I'm like, well, people are still moving, people still have to live, and nobody's in the home when we're doing those cleanings, right? So we did a move in and move out Pacific cleaning company only. I tested that one out. That one did pretty good. If I would have continued, it could have grew, but I would have had to still merge it with the regular residential, because after they move, then what? After they move in, then what? Now, yes, we'll try to get them to get on a reoccurring, but then that's when I would funnel them into the regular residential. So it was nice, but it didn't work, right? So I tested, like, these niche specific, but where we like made the big the big bulk of our profit was in the suburbs. Okay, so that's like my sweet spot. And it's so funny because whenever we're traveling, my husband and I'm driving in the area and I'm looking around the houses and the subdivisions and the markets and like the shopping plazas in that area, I'm like, this would make a good cleaning business location. I immediately start doing my research, like, where are we at? But I like to put my companies where it's going to be the most profitable. Like, that's a business owner decision, right? So Frisco is one of the top areas that I like to, in North Dallas area. And you guys can see that the average, and these are new numbers. This was just pulled, okay? The average household income is around 165,000. Medium household income is 134. So that's, y'all see where I'm at, right? People below poverty level, people above poverty, people below and above poverty level, right? But like I said, this is business, and y'all know I have a heart for everybody, but unfortunately I have to make sure that we are targeting the audience that is going to pay for our services. And my prices are not cheap. They're not. I don't advertise them to be cheap. I don't advertise them to be affordable. I don't want nobody to get any ideas that they're going to be able to come for the cheapest price, because that is not. You're going to come for the best service, high quality customer service. Every part of their experience is going to be excellent. Okay. So the next thing I look at is the house prices, right? Now, this one's a little high. Okay. And I really like to find the medium to this. 738, that's cool. But like my sweet spot is like 300, 350, nothing less than 350. So as you can see in the map, you see like 400 right here, 249 right here. Those are like my sweet spot numbers. This right here, this right here, And listen, what I'm telling you, I'm not saying this to like turn you off on those areas. I'm just telling you that my sweet spots, okay? We have a student in the academy, and his business is located in Florida. And I've been trying to get him to come on and come chat with you guys, but he is super busy. But his business is on track to do $1 million his first year. I know. Isn't that amazing? That is amazing. And you know why? Because he's servicing big homes, right? So his price points are extremely higher, to where our average price point is between $275, $325, right? His average price point is $800, $900, $1,500, because he's servicing multi-million-dollar homes, right? So you find that right audience, right? Find that right audience, find that market that you want to service. Make sure that you're prepared to service that level of client. Make sure that you have the cleaners that is able to service that level of clients, right? But you find what works best for you. And it's so strange, because I should have showed some other numbers too for another market, right? My market that's like in North Carolina is, I look for the very similar thing, but I do what's on average in that area. So we do really, really well in that market. but those homes, they're not the high 700. They're like the high 400, 500, right? The income level is not 160s, maybe it's like around 120, but that company is extremely busy. Like we stay busy, okay? So you have to just really just find the market and do the research for that area. I'm giving y'all all the gems. Somebody said I'm giving y'all all the gems. But you know, it's just so important. And I talk about this all the time about the importance of planting your company where it's going to be the most profitable, right? Like why do it any other way? This is business, baby. We gotta do business smart. But I hope you guys enjoy day number 2. Day number 3, we're going to talk about am I going to give y'all a hint? Yeah, let me just give y'all a hint. What we're going to talk about how to make your first week with 1K. How to make your first week with 1K. And it's funny because I was teaching this and it was like, Jazmine, that kind of like bold to say. Not anymore. I used to be really nervous to like really quote numbers like that, but when I see students doing 7K their first month, and I see the proof and I see the hard work that they're putting in. And we have another student that did 40K within 10 weeks. Look, I got this plan mapped out for y'all. So I'm going to show you guys how to make 1K in your first week. So you do not want to miss that training video is going to come. And there's a bonus that's going to come along with that as well. There will be a bonus live. Make sure you guys have my little email saved so you're not sending me the spam. Okay, because you're not going to want to miss this training that we have coming up tomorrow. And don't forget to do the homework. Do the homework, you guys. Do the work. That's where it will really show when you're doing your part. Okay, listening is good, but let's be doers, right? Let's do our part and actually let's build this business together. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you guys. So until then, see y'all later.